my book, it's primarily about my model of wellness and the 5 steps, which is repair the physiology, because this physiology, everything affects the physiology, the sound, the noise, the heat, the electrical currents from your computer and your phone, all those sort of things, so they're kind of bombarding us. So what we have to do is mend this first, and then step 2, then we look at the beliefs. Let's release those underlying issues that are causing the stress in the first place. And then the 3rd step is, okay, now that we've done that, we need to keep our vibration up. So we need to renew what's happening in our bodies. And then the next step is we need to look at who we are on a deeper level, who or what are our innate skills and talents and abilities. And when you get to that core, then you can actually operate as you should be, You'll be actually really happy when you do that. So everything will come easily and effortlessly to that. So the last step is actually your goals. You can actually create goals. You can only create goals when you clear out all of that gunk. So that's what that's about. So the book's about that, and it goes through all of those steps. And what happens in chapter 4, for people who want to find out what their beliefs are, but they haven't quite got it yet, what you can do is actually go to the physical symptom in the body and work back that way, okay? So, for example, I'll just tell you mine. I actually get sinus problem on this side pretty much only, and sinus problem has got to do with the belief of not being good enough. So, way back, my mother kept telling me, whatever, and she kept criticising me and so on. And she obviously learnt that from her mother and so on, and that's what happened. So if I, as a child, could have said to her, listen, and fought back, as a 6-year-old, said, listen, all I did was spilt the milk or dirtied my dress or, whatever it was, instead of not being able to express who I was. And I could say to her, listen, I am a good person, I'll always be a good person, I am good enough. If I could have expressed that, there wouldn't be stress, because I wouldn't have been holding it and containing it within my body. And so those beliefs actually affect your DNA and can cause you to be negative, or can cause that states of disease, So that's how that works. So in chapter 4, that's how that works. If you don't know specifically what your belief is, go to your symptom and work backwards, and you'll find out what your belief is. And there are actually only 9 beliefs, major beliefs. If you're going through life kind of blaming your parents, which is what we all do, at some stage you've got to take responsibility and say, look, I know that happened. I can't change it. I can get rid of some of those beliefs that are underlying it, but what can I do now? So what's happening is you're actually training your cells to think out of the negative aspect, rather than the positive aspect. And so that becomes your demeanour. And it's your default position, So what I try and help people do is come from a positive position and overcome all of that thing that's happened, throughout their lives, just purely by changing how they respond to stress.